Thank you. So it says half of it, instead of just a little bit of it, I mean stand up all of it except a little bit. So it says stand up half of it, okay? أَوُنْقُصْ مِنْهُ قَلِيلًا. Oh, take a little bit away from the half. Okay, not this, the half, a little bit, which makes it a third. Okay, a third of the night or half of the night or just all of it except a little bit. You have a choice. You understand there? أَوْ زِدْ عَلَيْهِ. It says, or increase on that third. And so that means a third and a little bit more. It's just saying, you know, do what you can, but even here. Does everybody understand me? وَرَتِّلِ الْقُرْآنَ تَرْتِيلًا. This is a very important ayah right here. وَرَتِّلِ الْقُرْآنَ تَرْتِيلًا, because here you find this is the ayah, or the piece of the ayah that the Ahl al-Tajweed use to show that you have to recite the Quran tartilan, in a slow, measured manner that is musical in nature. Pausing, not too fast. You can't say, yeah, no, you have to, Ya ayyuhal muzammil, qumil layla illa qalila, nisfahu aw unqus minhu qalila, aw zid alayhi wa rattilil Qur'ana tartila. This is tartil, going like that. And there's different ways of reciting the Quran. You have tahqiq. Tahqiq is what you hear sometimes when they say, how does it go? أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم يا أيها المزمل قم الليل إلا قليلا نصفه أو انقص منه قليلا أو زد عليه ورتل القرآن ترتيلا. That's called tahqiq. It's slower, it's more deliberate in its side. So, and then you have dabr, which is a little bit faster, where you can do that one with Ya ayyuhal muzammil qumil layla illa qalila nisfahu aw unqus minhu qalila aw zid alayhi wa rattilil Qur'ana tartila. See, one is a little bit faster than the other one, but each one giving them it's right. You understand where I'm coming from with that? So here it shows that that rule comes from there. Inna sanulqi alayka qawlan thaqila. Inna, the fact is that we are going to send upon you alayka qawlan thaqila. So here the Prophet is being told to stand up at night, and his companions and pray. And this line here is like the reason why you're told to do that. So we're going to send on a serious matter, qawlan thaqila, upon you. Right, a heavy word. So how do we prepare you physically for that? By standing up at night and praying. This prepares the soul for that. Right? Why do we know that? Because Allah says here, Inna nashi'ata al-layli hiya ashaddu wata'an wa aqwamu qila. He says, the fact is, nashi'ata al-layl, the hours of the night. And nasha'a is to be raised up. So, now. Oh, nashi'at al-layl is the hours of the night. Here ashaddu wata'an. They make a better impression, a stronger impression on the soul, on the consciousness of the person. Wa aqwamu qila, and the sound, they hear themselves better. The words make more of an impression on the mind when they hear them at nighttime. This is what Allah is telling you. Inna laka fin nahari sabahan tawila. And he says again, and the fact is that you are so busy in the daytime. Sabahan tawila. Sibaha is like swimming. You flowing all day long. Tawil is long. You moving all day long. And that's basically what it says in the language. We get sabahan tawila. It means he's been flowing for a long time. So it says fin nahari, all day long you moving and grooving. You doing that. So this is what you need to do that. And the nighttime, you stay there to listen and hear what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has to say to you. Does that make sense? Then he says, وَاذْكُرِ اسْمَ رَبِّكَ وَتَبَتَّلْ إِلَيْهِ تَبْتِيلًا. And he says, and remember the name of your Lord. Here the ulama say, at the beginning of your qira'ah. Again, this is all in reference to what's being said. When you start reciting, make sure you say, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. As we spoke before, that the Bismillah has a many barakah in it. That when you add it and when you say it, what happens to the shaitan? He shrinks the size of fly. So you get up at nighttime and the shaitan's trying to confuse you, and you hear the hookers and the dope fiends outside, and you say Bismillah, all that stuff fades away. It's just you and your Lord. Right? What happens to the shaitan? He shrinks the size of fly. All this, there's no confusion in Islam. There's no schizophrenia. It all flows together. Then Allah says, وَتَبَتِّلْ إِلَيْهِ تَبَتِيلًا, and devote yourself. وَتَبَتِّلْ, and Maryam was considered al-batila. She was the virgin. وَتَبَتِّلْ means be a virgin to Allah, meaning in the language that means devote yourself wholly. You know, don't be mixed with nothing else. Illa Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. At nighttime, when you do that, you got your daytime to do your whole thing. Sabahan tawila. Take your daytime for your rizq. Right? Flow in the daytime. But at nighttime, tabattal ilayhi tabatila. Give Allah your attention and your devotion. Mafhum? Does that make sense? And then he says, رب المشرق والمغرب لا إله إلا هو فاتخذه وكيلا. And he gives you a reason. He says, he is the Lord of the Mashriq wal Maghrib. He is the Lord of the East and the West. And why Maghrib and Mashriq wal Maghrib? Because this is the rising and the setting of the sun and the moon. And then we're talking about your day and your life right here. So he is the Lord of that thing that determines, that is the distinguishing factor at those times. What distinguishes day from night except for Mashriq wal Maghrib? When we look at the calendars, we see the Shuruq, the rising of the sun. When we look at the calendar, we see the Maghrib, the time that the sun sets. And this determines when we're going to work, right? When we look at that, some men, they go out at night to work. They look and at night, oh, it's time for me to go to work. Some people say, oh, it's Mashriq, it's time in summer, it's time for me to go to work, right? So he is the Lord, Rabbul Mashriqi wal Maghribi la ilaha illahu. And there is no God, nothing worthy of worship in reality except him. Fattakhidhu wakila. So take him as your guardian protector, your wakil, your lawyer, the one to determine your affairs. Okay? Trust in Allah. Tawakkal ala Allah is the same root word. Okay? Then it says, وَاصْبِرْ عَلَى مَا يَقُولُونَ وَاحْجُرُهُمْ حَجْرًا جَمِيلًا. And he says, and be patient with what they're saying, about what they're talking about. They're saying you're crazy, man. They're saying that you are a sahir. What is it? What is it? Sahir, the magician, doing voodoo and everything. وَاحْجُرُهُمْ حَجْرًا جَمِيلًا. And turn away from them in a beautiful way. Don't be like, whatever, chump. Nah. Turn away from them real nice and cool. Why? What's the wisdom behind that? You don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. You might have to come back to them. The Prophet ﷺ said, أَحْبِبْ حَبِيبَكَ هَوْنٍ مَا أَسَىٰ أَنْ يَكُنْ بَغِيدَكَ يَوْمٍ مَا وَبْغِدْ بَغِيدَكَ هَوْنٍ مَا أَسَىٰ أَنْ يَكُونَ حَبِيبَكَ يَوْمٍ مَا. The Prophet ﷺ, he, after teaching us to be, وَكَذَلِكَ جَعَلْنَاكُمُ أُمَّةً وَسَطًا, to be balanced. He said, in that way we've been raised as a balanced nation. We have moderation in this deen. He said, love your loved ones in a very balanced way. They may do something one day to make you hate them. And hate the person that you hate in a balanced manner. It may be that someday they do something to make you love them. So don't be so last minute, so high strung that it's the last straw, I'm done. No, you don't know what tomorrow. Perhaps they do something to make you love them. So turn away from them, hajran jamila. Turn away from them in a beautiful way. Okay? Does that make sense? Yeah. Don't give up your honor, but turn away from them in a way that is, beautiful, nice. And as it says, they marru kiraman. When you pass by their nonsense, you pass by with honor. You pass by with honor, but not with your nose stuck up in the air. So then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَاصْبِرْ عَلَى مَا يَقُولُونَ وَاهْجُرْهُمْ حَجْرًا جَمِيلًا وَذَرْنِي وَالْمُكَذِّبِينِ أُولِي النَّعْمَةِ وَمَهِّلْهُمْ قَلِيلًا. He says, and leave me. After that, he says, turn away from them in a beautiful way. وَذَرْنِي وَالْمُكَذِّبِينَ. And leave me. Let me deal with al-mukaddibin, these lying, denying chumps. Let me deal with them. Uli na'mati. He said, these people, and this is the al-mukaddibin, who are they? Uli na'mati. These people are, this is like atfal bayan. This clarifies who the liars and deniers are. Those people who got so much barakah, so much ni'mah. that they look down, usually the rich people. And also we know from Mudaththir that this is Abu Jahl, this is Walid ibn al-Mughira, wa mithlahum. Those people who Allah gave them so much, right? Allah says in the other surah, Dharni walladhi khalaqtu walida, wahida. You know, right? Allah says, leave me to deal with the one that khalaqtu wahidan, that I made him unique. And he's talking about Walid ibn al-Mughira and anyone like him. And gave him sons, shuhuda. And gave him all this, you know, وَمَحَدْتُ لَهُ تَمْهِيدًا. And gave him so much barakah in the businesses and everything like that. So let me deal with these people that got all this so much dunya that they forget the one that gave them the dunya.